investigating the attack as targeted violence. The man charged with killing conservative activist Charlie Kirk appears in court today. 22-year-old Tyler Robinson is facing aggravated murder charges, and prosecutors plan to seek the death penalty. Robinson will decide whether he wants a preliminary hearing. The shooting happened September 10th at Utah Valley University.
Now for a check of your Fox 47 forecast.
Welcome back. I'm meteorologist Jake DeReese. Today across our neighborhoods, we're looking at daytime highs very similar to yesterday. Upper 70s, lower 80s. Yes, a chance to reach 80 degrees again today. As yesterday, our northern neighborhoods were just shy. Areas like St. John's and Lansing. But again, today with the abundance of sunshine, we have that chance renewed again. Where we should be for September 29th is 68 degrees as our daytime high. So we're over 10 degrees warmer than where we should be for this time of year as we're about to close out the month of September and enter the month of October. High pressure is keeping us with this abundance of sunshine today. However, Tuesday, we're going to be seeing a weak cold front advance through our neighborhoods. We're expecting to stay dry with no showers in the Super 7-day present, but we could see a few passing clouds. However, we are staying mostly sunny during the daytime hours again tomorrow. It's not going to be until Wednesday, Thursday on the back end of that cold front that we'll start to see some more cloud cover filter into our neighborhoods as our winds shift out of the northeast. Looking at our satellite and radar again today, not much to report for the afternoon hours. Look at that. Clear skies across our neighborhoods. We're going to continue that into the overnight hours tonight. But like I said, as we enter Tuesday during the daytime hours, a few passing clouds possible as that weak cold front advances through. But it's not going to be until Wednesday that we'll see some more of that cloud cover filter in. You can see it here. We're favoring partly cloudy skies with a chance to see some sunshine peek on through during the day. Again, lower 70s is what we're going to be cooling to. With no rain in the forecast, let's take a look here. We've still only observed about 1.75 inches of an inch for September rainfall right here in Lansing compared to the normal of 2.8 inches around. Now, a lot of our neighborhoods have seen an inch have over an inch of a missing rainfall from the monthly normal. So definitely need that rain. And unfortunately, it's not here in the Super 7-day forecast either. We have mostly sunny skies today, tomorrow, lower 80s as we'll drop into the mid to lower 70s Wednesday and Thursday following that weak cold front with just partly cloudy skies moving through. Overnight lows dropping into the upper 40s, but quickly rebounding by the end of the week. Take a look at this. Friday back with mostly sunny skies, lower 80s as a daytime high, 81 degrees. And look at those overnight lows starting to gradually warm as well, mid 50s, 56 degrees. Friday into Saturday, entering the weekend, we're looking at very similar conditions like we saw this past weekend. Mostly sunny skies, both Saturday and Sunday, 83 degrees. That's the best chance this week on Saturday to see those daytime highs exceed 80 degrees as overnight lows flirt with 60 degrees overnight Saturday into Sunday. As we close that weekend, Sunday, again, more mostly sunny skies and high temps possibly reaching 80 degrees. So this whole week, as it stays dry, it's great to get outside and it's great to even possibly put out those Halloween decorations a bit early again as we are starting the month of October. But we do really need that rainfall, and our best chance to see that isn't going to be until the second week of October, as right now we're still looking at all these dry and abnormally warm conditions.
State lawmakers say this budget plan brings answers to fixing our local roads and giving some of our neighbors some financial relief. But some questions still remain. I'm your State Capitol reporter, Alana Johnson, finding out what neighbors should expect ahead of the October 1st deadline.
We're hopeful this will get done.
I'm very optimistic.
High spirits from lawmakers after the governor announced Thursday that a deal is in place to finalize the budget in hopes to avoid a government shutdown.
We got three big bills through the House that bring us closer.
Speaker of the House Matt Hall says bills passed Thursday, like new revenue for a roads plan and no tax on tips, overtime, and Social Security, were a sign of good faith.
It will also be smaller than the ones we've had in the past.
But there's still many unknowns, how much it'll be and what exactly will be in it. But Hall says negotiations have included free breakfast and lunch, but both chambers will need to meet in the middle.
You'll have free breakfast and lunch, but you're going to cut a lot of this pork spending.
Democratic State Representative Julie Brixey is thankful this budget will avoid layoffs affecting our neighbors.
Taking this first step and avoiding a shutdown is so important because about 22% of state employees live in Ingham County.
Brooksy says the plan will cover Medicaid expansion and provide additional supports for children in schools.
I'm really proud of the fact that we did come together and we did take that step.
Over the next few days, state leadership will finalize the details worth billions of dollars. What do you hope to accomplish on Tuesday?
Well, I hope to deliver a bill to Governor Whitmer that eliminates the tax on tips, Social Security, and overtime for Michigan workers, cuts waste, fraud, and abuse.
What do you hope to accomplish on Tuesday?
Hope to get it done and hope to get it done before midnight.
We will be here Tuesday to follow the budget process and find out what it means for our neighbors. At the Capitol, Alana Johnson, Fox 47 News.
Included in the long-awaited budget is a proposal for millions of dollars going towards roads and streets like this one here in Lansing. I'm your neighborhood reporter, Asia Lawrence, here with what streets neighbors would like to see fixed first and the city's reaction to the possible funding.
Willow, Waverly, Martin Luther King Boulevard. I also will say Pleasant Grove Road and Jolly Road especially.
The list of streets and roads that Lansing neighbors want to see being repaired is extensive.
This car I'm driving, I'm finna watch out for potholes going down to Jackson. I'm gonna tear my rims up.
The City of Lansing's Public Service Director Andy Kilpatrick ensures that the city recognizes this issue as well.
When people call and say, hey, this road has an issue, it's not a surprise to us. We know where we have the issues most of the time. It's just a funding challenge that we have.
Despite there being numerous road projects underway like Michigan Avenue, Kilpatrick tells me funding for the rest of the projects that need to be done is subpar. But in the newly announced state budget, a proposed comprehensive road funding tax act would impose a 24% tax on marijuana in order to create a fund that will go toward road construction, preservation, and maintenance across the state.
The funding from the budget, does it put you at ease at all?
It's a good sign to see more money for roads or any other infrastructure. But again, if that's a one-time kind of funding increase we're getting, it's helpful, but it doesn't really address the problem. So what I'd really like to see is a formula that kind of guarantees we will have increased funding so we can rely on that.
The exact amounts that will be provided to municipalities through this proposed fund are still unknown, but city officials say they will be watching closely with the hopes for as much road funding as possible.
Here in Lansing, I'm your neighborhood reporter, Asia Lawrence, Fox 47 News.
I'm your neighborhood reporter, Colin Jankowski. There's no shortage of marijuana dispensaries in Michigan, and that includes here in our neighborhoods. But now a local dispensary owner says that if a state budget proposal goes through, a new state tax could have a big impact on his business.
You're going to have a 24% wholesale tax on marijuana dedicated to roads.
Dedicating pot for potholes. That's part of the state legislature's proposed budget agreement released Thursday night.
The marijuana raises $420 million.
While state lawmakers feel confident in the move, local dispensary owners have their concerns.
You name it, if you are a marijuana user, we have exactly what you want.
Henry Meyer owns 420 Premium Cannabis on the south side of Lansing. He first spoke with State Capitol reporter Alana Johnson back in February when the idea of a 32% wholesale tax on marijuana was originally proposed.
Here, we'd be against it.
Friday, I followed up with Meyer, now that there's a clearer picture of what the tax would look like for his business. He says his thoughts haven't changed.
I think by raising the taxes in the real market, all you're really doing is pushing people back into the black market.
Meyer says that's because the increased tax will impact prices on products for consumers, and he believes that could drive them away from dispensaries.
If I'm buying any bulk flower, and a lot of people are, I have to add 24%. Somebody's got to eat that. It's not going to be the business owner. It's going to be the customer.
If the tax is approved, Meyer says that these increases will also mean smaller dispensaries like his will be forced to make some tough financial decisions, and that could mean anything from changing suppliers to cutting staff. But he's confident they'll be able to survive in the long run.
We're not going to let this decision, hurt us or make us cry either.
In Lansing, Colin Jankowski, Fox 47 News.
I think it's a great win for everyone that works in this industry.
Excitement in the restaurant industry in my neighborhood about the possibility of no state tax on tips and overtime. I'm your neighborhood reporter, Darius Udris, and the excitement is not limited to servers.
It's definitely going to make this industry more appealing.
Matt Prater, owner of Prate's Place in Grass Lake, calls the deal a win for everyone, including restaurant owners.
There's quite a bit of hours every week just totaling up what we have to submit to the government so that they can tax the employees. So all of that would go away for us. We'll get some time back.
And as they say, time is money.
And then there's even a tax on us for doing so. So we'll get that back as well.
We're going to be so happy. Yeah. All of us are going to be very happy.
At the Shamrock on Jackson's east side, bartender Shauna Williams says the tax break will make a big difference.
It's a huge part of my income.
For these people that really depend on tips for their livelihood, to have that full amount, we think that's a huge win.
Darius Udris, Fox 47 News in Jackson County.
Hey, Mid-Michigan, I'm Larry Wallace, your Southside Lansing neighborhood reporter. You know, if there's a story in your neighborhood you want us to cover, I want to know about it. Send an email to newstips@fox47news.com. Leave a message at 517-484-7747 or scan the QR code on your screen.
Fox.
An event that started in Eaton Rapids over a decade ago is returning to the city this year. This event promises to give our neighbors an opportunity to support local businesses while connecting with each other.
I asked a local businessman if we could park a few trailers in his parking lot of a building that was empty, and he said he'd have to check with the city.
However, Eaton Rapids city leaders immediately embraced McKellar's idea, and that's how Urban Air was born. The first year, 33 trailers parked on Main Street. Resident Sarah Tyler was there.
You can come down here and look into the Airstreams to see how they were back in the day. You can talk to anybody you want. They'll tell you anything you want to know about the Airstreams. It's just a really good time.
Tyler is a lifelong resident of Eaton Rapids who loves the Urban Air event. She's glad it's come back to town.
They stopped because people were complaining about not having parking places, and then they did a poll and everybody said, yes, bring them back.
The Urban Air event moved to Ohio for several years, but will make its return to Eaton Rapids on October 2nd, featuring the iconic trailers, music, and charitable accompanying events.
We're sponsoring a art fair for the school children. So there's going to be 104 entries on display of student art, and you can come in. They'll be on display in local businesses.
There will also be a trailer decorating contest with the proceeds of raffle ticket sales going to charity.
As we come to the end of the month of September, we're tracking temperatures well above average, possibly reaching 80 degrees. We'll be breaking down how long this heat will stick around coming up.
Preserving history. I'll show you how neighbors are celebrating the preservation of a historic Lansing structure and what it means to the community.
Fox 47 News.
Welcome back to Fox 47 News in your neighborhood. I'm Erica Murphy. We have a lot to get to this morning, but first, let's take another look at today's weather with meteorologist Jake DeReese. Jake, I have a weather question for you this morning. What is the most amount of snow we've ever gotten in October here in mid-Michigan?
Absolutely, Erica. Welcome to Day Planner Plus. Now, we are inching closer to the month of October, and we have seen some snow in the past years. Now, we are staying dry and warm outside for today and continuing on in our 7-day with no rain. But let's talk about some snow, more specifically in Lansing itself. Now, our average first measurable snowfall of about 1/10 of an inch usually occurs in mid-November, more specifically November 9th through the 12th. Now, we've had 4 Octobers with measured snowfall in the past 25 years right here in Lansing, and the most snow in October in Lansing, we have to go all the way back to 1967 on October 27th with 7.5 inches of snow. And now we're talking about temperatures, as our average first freeze in our neighborhoods is early October, and we are approaching early October. In September, some of our coolest temperatures did range in the mid to upper 30s, just of course not freezing. But as we start October, we're not tracking any cool weather. Yes, we're staying well above average today. We're closing September in the lower 80s, possibly upper 70s as well. But with an abundance of sunshine, we do have that chance to reach 80. Overnight lows in the lower 50s. We do have a weak cold front advancing through on Tuesday that will drop high temperatures in the mid to lower 70s Wednesday and Thursday with partly cloudy skies. But again, staying dry, but we'll quickly rebound back with temperatures in the 80s. Our best chance of seeing high temps exceeding 80 degrees will be on Saturday, as we're going to remain with mostly sunny conditions Friday and through that weekend with gradually warming overnight lows.
A 40-year-old alleged gunman drove a pickup truck through the front door of a Mormon church in Grand Blanc on Sunday, killing and injuring several people. The suspect unleashed rounds on hundreds of worshipers inside and set the church on fire. Quick action by law enforcement proved vital as officers engaged the gunman after he left the church. Within 8 minutes, the suspect was neutralized in the back parking lot. Investigators think the suspect used gasoline to ignite the fire. Officials are now praising the heroic efforts of first responders and people inside the church who shielded children. The FBI is investigating whether or not this is an act of targeted violence. Police say they've been responding to additional bomb threats at other locations throughout the community. The Grand Blanc Township Police Department says they will be holding another press conference later this morning. We will continue to follow this story on air and online at fox47news.com.
I'm Alana Johnson. The East Lansing Police Department has released additional body-worn camera footage related to 2 of the 10 arrests made during MSU's Welcome Weekend. In the provided body cam footage, officers are seen responding to a crowd outside of Dave's Hot Chicken before 2 a.m. on August 24th. ELPD says 21-year-old Lonnie Smith and 22-year-old Mason Wood ignored repeated attempts to stop and disperse and continued to engage in a physical altercation. Video shows an officer using what's commonly known as pepper spray to de-escalate the situation.
Bottom line is you were surrounded by police. You were told to stop 3 times. You didn't stop. None of you guys stopped, so everyone got sprayed.
Smith and Wood were arrested and taken to the East Lansing jail. Smith was charged with disturbing the public peace by engaging in a fight or brawl in a public space. Wood also faces the same charge along with an additional count of resisting or obstructing a police officer in the performance of lawful duties. In a statement, ELPD Chief Jennifer Brown said, quote, "We recognize the public's concern regarding use of force incidents. Transparency and accountability are priorities for our agency, and we are committed to keeping the community informed as appropriate," end quote. This incident was one of 52 service calls the ELPD says they responded to during Welcome Weekend. In East Lansing, Alana Johnson, Fox 47 News. A man is dead after a motorcycle crash in Alayden Township. The Ingham County Sheriff's Office says a 61-year-old Williamston man died Saturday morning after going off the road on westbound I-96 near Okemos Road. When they arrived, they say they found a motorcycle in a ditch. The Sheriff's Office says the man was wearing a helmet but died on the scene from his injuries. The Ingham County Sheriff's Office is asking anyone with information about the crash to contact Deputy Phil Martin at 517-676-844, extension 1957.
Here's a look at what's happening today across our neighborhoods with your neighborhood reporter, Claire Baccarella.
Lansing City Clerk Chris Swope is helping young voters prepare for the upcoming election with the voter registration drives at Lansing Community College. The first one is today from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. outside of the Arts and Sciences building. Neighbors can register to vote, learn about absentee ballots, and vote early at the event. And Lansing Community College is hosting an open house this evening for its Health and Human Services programs. The event aims to give K-12 K-12 students a look at programs and career opportunities in the healthcare industry. If your kids are interested, you can stop by the LCC HHS building lobby between 4 and 6 p.m. A local business is helping neighbors in need by launching a community food drive. Neighbors can drop off food donations to Ingham Family Auto in Mason throughout the week from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. All donations will go to local food banks and community organizations to help families in need.
The issue of free school lunches this year has been settled at Holt Public Schools. District leaders announced on Friday that they will continue providing free breakfast and lunch for all students through the 2025-2026 school year. The district made this commitment as state lawmakers work to finalize the state budget, saying in part, quote, access to nutritious meals helps students stay focused and ready to learn. The district is asking families to complete the education benefit form, which helps qualify Holt Public Schools for additional funding, grants, and educational resources that benefit all students. A link to the form is available in this story on fox47news.com.
I'm your Jackson neighborhood reporter, Matt Pershosny, at the Jackson County Manufacturing Trade Show, where students from all over the county have come to explore and experience possible careers in trades and manufacturing. I'll take you inside the experience for students and the benefit it brings. It's an effort to fill a need.
We have to have a pipeline available in Jackson.
And create enthusiasm.
At Next Generation, we have to get them excited and get them interested in manufacturing.
Efforts that came together Friday at the Jackson County Manufacturing Trade Show, where high school seniors could come and explore the possibilities of working in the trades and manufacturing.
We wanted an opportunity for them to meet a variety of companies and to really get a broader picture of what manufacturing looks like here in Jackson, but also an opportunity for the companies to meet a variety of students.
Some students, like Kaylee Tucker, have already taken steps towards a future in the industry.
I work in engineering and I go to STEM class, and I'm in college for STEM, so it just makes me think about what I want to do for my future.
And Friday, she and others got some hands-on learning of robotics, tools, and welding.
Spooky season.
But those manual skills aren't the only things the students learned.
How to have a conversation with an adult, how to shake a hand, how to have eye contact. Those are all things that are going to help you in the professional setting, just getting off on the right foot.
Wherever that path may be.
It's kind of nice because we're like the future of manufacturing, so all of us being here is great.
In Jackson, I'm Matt Pershosny, Fox 47 News.
I'm your neighborhood reporter, Claire Baccarella, here at Lansing Shuffle, where neighbors laced up their shoes Sunday, not just for fitness, but for a cause. More than 70 neighbors crossed the finish line at Lansing Shuffle Sunday to support hope and healing.
This is a fundraiser between Endeavor House and Loaves and Fishes. It's a 5K. It's called Run to Recovery.
Loaves and Fishes is a homeless shelter, while Endeavor House is a transitional housing program for individuals recovering from substance use. For Executive Director Stephen McCory, his work is personal.
I've gone through a drug addiction myself for 3 years, and I literally needed to run towards a good life. It took diligence on my part.
McCory says about 75 neighbors signed up to participate in the first of what he hopes will be an annual event. I talked to one of them, Valerie Brooks, who says she came with her church to support the cause.
I know it will go towards helping the homeless, and as a church, we support that 100%, and that's why we're here.
McCory reflected on a full circle moment for him. To be on the other side and help others, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, it means everything. To have gone through drug addiction and homelessness myself, to be able to put on a fundraiser that both helps people in addiction and a homeless shelter, I mean, it's just God ordained.
Reporting in Lansing, I'm Claire Baccarella, Fox 47 News. I'm your neighborhood reporter, Claire Baccarella, here at Waldemar Nature Center, where neighbors came together Sunday to celebrate a piece of Lansing history. A piece of Lansing history sits quietly in the corner of Waldemar Nature Center, the Moon Cabin. Originally built in the 1860s, the cabin was moved to Waldemar in the 1980s for preservation to save the building from its slated demolition. Sunday, neighbors came together to celebrate 45 years of its preservation. Waldemar Nature Association Executive Director Kevin Wernett tells me the building is more than its claim to fame.
Our mission is to educate people about the natural environment, so this gives us an opportunity to dive into Michigan history and look at how people have historically interacted with the environment.
Celebrating a piece of Michigan history right here in our neighborhood.
Reporting in Lansing, I'm Claire Baccarella, Fox 47 News.
I'm your Grand Ledge neighborhood reporter, Willa Mink, here at the American Legion Post 48, where over a dozen backyard grill masters from across Michigan, along with one from Texas, are serving up their best for a cause. Saturday, the Sons of the American Legion hosted a red, white, and blue barbecue contest, with the proceeds from the event going to benefit veteran and youth programs. Neighbors enjoyed food, giveaways, and fun activities, while backyard grill masters competed for the best barbecue ribs. Organizer Brian Granis tells me this event was an effort between 4 entities at Post 48, including the American Legion, Sons of the American Legion, Auxiliary, and Riders.
There is a lot of people who cares about this community. This event was done with a lot of donations, a lot of service donations, and a lot of volunteer work to put this all on.
And the best barbecue prize, the team from the Army Aviation Support Facility in Grand Ledge. At the American Legion Post 48, I'm Willa Mink, Fox 47 News.
Hey Mid-Michigan, I'm Larry Wallace, your Southside Lansing neighborhood reporter. You know, if there's a story in your neighborhood you want us to cover, I want to know about it. Send an email to newstips@fox47news.com, leave a message at 517-484-7747, or scan the QR code on your screen.
Covering South.
From the neighborhoods to the nation, here's what's happening today. President Trump meets with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House today. The Trump administration has proposed a 21-point peace plan for Gaza. The plan calls for Hamas to release all remaining hostages within 48 hours of an agreement. It also sets out a post-war roadmap for Gaza. The plan does not indicate a U.S. support for a Palestinian state. In Michigan, an ex-Marine crashed a pickup into a church during Sunday service and opened fire. At least 4 people were killed and 8 were wounded at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Grand Blanc Township. The gunman set the building on fire before police shot and killed him. Authorities identified the shooter as 40-year-old Thomas Jacob Sanford. The FBI is investigating the attack as targeted violence. The man charged with killing conservative activist Charlie Kirk appears in court today. 22-year-old Tyler Robinson is facing aggravated murder charges, and prosecutors plan to seek the death penalty. Robinson will decide whether he wants a preliminary hearing. The shooting happened September 10th at Utah Valley University.
Now for a check of your Fox 47 forecast.
Welcome back. I'm meteorologist Jake DeReese. Right now we're taking a live look at our satellite and radar, showing high pressure at the surface dominating the forecast, keeping the state of Michigan clear this morning, and it'll continue to stay clear throughout the afternoon hours as well, with mostly sunny skies. A look outside the Fox 47 studio shows those nice clear skies, clear conditions, and traffic on 496 moving smoothly this morning. Current temperatures are starting to warm into the mid to upper 50s for some like Williamston, currently at 57 degrees, Stockbridge at 55 degrees, 53 in Lansing, Jackson at 51 degrees, and Hillsdale currently at 57 degrees. We're expected to warm into the lower 80s possible today, with mostly sunny skies. Of course, weak winds turning out of the northwest today as well. If we take a look at our satellite and radar again, we're staying dry and clear across the afternoon hours today, but once we reach Tuesday, we're going to notice a weak cold front advance south through our neighborhoods. With that, we could see a few passing clouds, but overall, we're looking at more mostly sunny conditions with high temperatures possibly reaching 80 degrees. Once that front advances on through, what we're going to be seeing is a cool down, not a great cool down, back into the mid to lower 70s. That's still a bit above average for this time of year, as we'll have more cloud cover following. Partly cloudy skies are favored Wednesday and Thursday. You can see that cloud cover throughout all the afternoon hours here Wednesday, with a few peaks of sunshine, of course, as well. Still looking dry, though, no precipitation. However, speaking of looking ahead at the next 8 to 14 days, this is taking us from October 6th through October 12th. We are favoring the return of precipitation, above average precipitation, to our neighborhoods, and it's definitely needed, as some of our neighborhoods are over an inch missing precipitation for the September monthly, of course, average as we're closing that month. Talking about current fall foliage across our neighborhood, starting to see that patchy foliage, patchy color across our trees. We're going to be watching that carefully, as what we have seen with early trees and their leaves starting to change color, most likely from those environmental stressors, including this drought that we've been seeing and the lack of precipitation across our neighborhoods. Forecast peak is around 3 weeks out from when we usually see that peak fall color. Look at our Super 7-day forecast shows lower 80s and mostly sunny skies tomorrow. There's that cool down Wednesday and Thursday with partly cloudy skies both days. Mid to lower 70s as a daytime high. Overnight lows cooling into the upper 40s. We will rebound, however, Friday bringing mostly sunny skies back to our neighborhoods, looking at 81 degrees possible as a daytime high. Overnight into Saturday, warming those overnight lows into the mid 50s, 56 degrees. And as we enter the weekend, we're continuing on with mostly sunny skies, and we have our best chance to see daytime highs exceed 80 degrees on Saturday, mostly sunny. Overnight lows, look at that, flirting with 60 degrees, well above average overnight lows at that period. Sunday continuing on, mostly sunny and highs in the lower 80s. So for the entire week, we're staying warm, and it's great if you want to get outside and you want to put up those Halloween decorations, especially the outdoor ones, since we're going to be starting the month of October. And of course, we're going to be watching for that rain. However, mainly right now, we're looking at week 2 of October. But now it's that time of the morning to get out your phones, scan that QR code. Let's play some trivia. Which Hillsdale County village was once a major station for shipping livestock in the late 1800s? Again, scan that QR code and we'll be right back after the break with the answer.
Be there for an all-new season of Live.
This morning on The Blend, we are joined by Corey Cagle, Director of Parks and Recreation and Events for the City of Eaton Rapids, and also Kirk McKellar, who is Urban Air spokesman. We're going to talk about Urban Air today. This is kind of a fun event that's happening October 2nd through the 5th in Eaton Rapids. Corey, what's it all about?
Yeah, so we've got 3 days packed full of events. Thursday starts us off slower and get campers situated along downtown Eaton Rapids. And then Friday, we kind of kick things in. We've got live music, a wine walk downtown, and various events happening throughout the day. And then Saturday is really full swing, kid zones, more live music, more beer tent, stuff like that. And then we send them farewell on Sunday. So
you talked about campers. There's special campers that you have going on. Talk a little bit about that.
We've got 101 Airstream trailers coming from 18 different states and 2 Canadian provinces. And each morning we're going to wake up downtown, and with all the activities that the city has planned, Eaton Rapids is going to stay awake all weekend.
I love it. Can we tour some of these Airstreams?
If you go up and ask the people sitting outside, they love to show them off.
Okay.
You'll find that they're very friendly people.
There's lots going on downtown, and I know that you also have an art fair that's taking place.
Yeah, we sponsor an annual Urban Air Art Fair, which is a school-wide competition for budding young artists, and 104 of the entries will be on display in local businesses, and you can come down and vote on the People's Choice Award, and we'll be awarding some prizes there. And we also have a Pimp Your Blimp trailer decorating contest, which is a fundraiser for the local charity. And we're inviting people to come down between 12 and 4 on Saturday and cast your vote for their favorite trailer. And you do that by buying a raffle ticket and using the stub to vote for your favorite trailer. And then at 5 o'clock, we'll announce the winner of the contest, the art contest, and the drawing for the prizes.
You said it's a proceeds going to a charity. Tell us a little bit about that.
Corey could tell you more about
Yeah,
that.
so we've selected the Lansing Area Food Bank as our charity.
Right.
The Lansing area does a lot of food donations to the Eaton Rapids community and stuff like that. So once a month they set up at the school and they do a food pickup. So
Urban Air downtown Eaton Rapids happening October 2nd through the 5th. All the information is on the screen. Sounds like a fun weekend. Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.
Welcome back. Before we went to break, we asked you which Hillsdale County village was once a major station for shipping livestock in the late 1800s. The correct answer this morning being the village of Pittsford. Make sure to join us again bright and early tomorrow morning to play some more trivia with us and learn more about our neighborhoods.
An event that started in Eaton Rapids over a decade ago is returning to the city this year. This event promises to give our neighbors an opportunity to support local businesses while connecting with each other.
I asked a local businessman if we could park a few trailers in his parking lot of a building that was empty, and he said he'd have to check with the city.
However, Eaton Rapids city leaders immediately embraced McKellar's idea, and that's how Urban Air was born. The first year, 33 trailers parked on Main Street. Resident Sarah Tyler was there.
You can come down here and look into the Airstreams to see how they were back in the day. You can talk to anybody you want. They'll tell you anything you want to know about the Airstreams. It's just a really good time.
Tyler is a lifelong resident of Eaton Rapids who loves the Urban Air event. She's glad it's come back to town.
They stopped because people were complaining about not having parking places, and then they did a poll and everybody said, yes, bring them back.
The Urban Air event moved to Ohio for several years, but will make its return to Eaton Rapids on October 2nd, featuring the iconic trailers, music, and charitable accompanying events.
We're sponsoring a art fair for the school children. So there's going to be 104 entries on display of student art, and you can come in. They'll be on display in local businesses.
There will also be a trailer decorating contest with the proceeds of raffle ticket sales going to charity.
Now for a check of your Fox 47 forecast.